It is party time, Mom. Tuesday, Monday's hangover. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show. We're in the mothership, which is Studio 22. The puppet master, the perfectionist, Mark, and Chris Cruz. You should be the new James Bond. Why is it that when they're talking about the new James Bonds, it's only British white dudes or British black dudes? They need Chris Cruz. Chris Cruz. Fly us into the nether regions of all things insanity. Hey, guys, every day under the woke regime, one has to ask, can things really get more insane going forward? The answer is always yes, as Apple recently proved when they decided to add a pregnant man emoji to the iMessage emoji options. I know this is the kind of stuff y'all were caring about on a Tuesday. Yes, really, this is happening. Fox Business announced as much, reporting that a pregnant man emoji and a pregnant person emoji will come to iPhones with the iOS 15.4 update. Emojipedia, yeah, that's a thing. First announced the pregnant man emoji in a September 2021 blog post saying, released this week by the Unicode Consortium as part of Emoji 14.0. The new pregnancy options may be used for representation by trans men, non-binary people, or women with short hair. Though, of course, use of these emojis is not limited to these groups. Do what you want to do. As new human emojis have been released, Unicode has made an effort to be inclusive with gender, especially in recent years. The approach has varied depending on the situation, though the general goal is to standardize inconsistencies in legacy decisions. Anybody know what the hell I'm talking about at this point? Hey, listen, in some cases, Unicode has added gender variants of an emoji years after the original emoji was released. Pregnant man and pregnant person fall into this category. So do, wait for it, Mrs. Claus and MX Claus, which was their gender-inclusive alternative to Santa Claus, which was added in 2016 and 2020, respectively. Santa Claus, for those of you who are wondering at this point, was included in Unicode's first ever release of emoji code points. That's back before the world went totally insane. So not only can men be pregnant, but Santa, a male character, is no longer a dude. Got it? Okay. Oh, and the pregnant man emoji is going to be released with numerous skin tone options. So now, even black and brown digital dudes can get knocked up as well. Thank goodness Apple finally solved all of America's problems by giving people an avenue to express the pregnant man delusion in emoji form. But the wokeism doesn't stop there. In less than a decade, the far left has been able to force the removal of historic landmarks, rename schools, force sports teams to change their names, and have recently started working with Woke Disney, the family-friendly company Walt Disney started, now in an apparent move to increase their globalist ESG score. Yes, everything's about ESG scores now, Chris. They've begun implementing several progressive changes across its entire company, from adding racism warnings to several of its classic movies like Peter Pan and The Jungle Book. They just totally did away with Uncle Remus, didn't they? Why they gotta cancel the black dude? They've been encouraging white staff members to decolonize their bookshelves as part of anti-racism training. Bro, I'd have so much Mark Twain up on that. Disney has come under fire after debuting a woke new look for Minnie Mouse, who was created almost 100 years ago in 1928 wearing her famous red and white polka dot dress, and it was hot. It was hot. Everybody's had Minnie Mouse fantasies, I think. A little bow. Well, it's 2022, and the company's radicals have decided to replace Minnie's dress with a more gender-neutral, progressive blue pantsuit designed by Stella McCartney. Disneyland Paris, of course it was, unveiled the famous character's new outfit on Tuesday via Twitter, announcing that Minnie has undergone a high-fashion makeover in honor of its 30th anniversary. It looks like she's wearing pajamas to me. Stella McCartney created the new sustainable costume for Minnie in honor of Women's History Month, which takes place in March and in celebration of the French Park's anniversary, explaining that the ensemble is meant to transform the cartoon into a symbol of progress for a new generation. The change was met with a very cold shoulder from fans online who launched a vicious attack against the company, with one person calling Minnie's new look more woke bullshit. Me personally, I think it's kind of more of a pantsuit homage, pandering to Hillary Clinton. Now, earlier this week, Disney also angered fans when it announced that in its upcoming live-action remake of Snow White, they're going to feature a different approach to the Seven Dwarfs that appeared in the original story. Now, we don't know if that's going to be Disney's radical team that go to work in inserting homosexuality, which is kind of the logical step we would think, right? Or kind of a whole new gender identity thing on any of the dwarves, which is just further going to alienate the former Disney fans who are moving quickly away from the happiest place on earth. Now, look, I don't really care what Disney draws, right? But at the end of the day, come on, people. Come on, people. Amie Wohrer. Amie, what's her face? I love you, and I'm glad you're here.
I love you too.
Welcome to the show. What's the deal with all this nonsense? What do you think?
I don't know, but I tell you what, Minnie, if she's going to wear a pantsuit, she needs to get a job now.
Yes.
She needs to get a job. She's not the housewife anymore. No more bow, no more pretty dress. She needs to get out there and...
You've been to Disney World?
Once. It was horrible. Yes.
It is a horrible experience. So all of my kids are basically grown now.
Uh-huh.
We've decided that we're going to go this summer.
Okay.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, summer.
So it's going to cost me $10,000 to take all of my virtually adult children to Disney World, and there's a lot of kids.
Uh-huh.
So I'm stupid, but I can remember going to Disney World when the kids were little, and Minnie was kind of a housewife, right? You visit her in her little spot.
Absolutely.
You went through her house.
Yes. And now she's in a pantsuit. What the hell's going on?
Well, it kind of looks like a Gucci jumpsuit, the little velour kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So she's still comfortable.
I guess.
So she could still be at home.
But if you look closely, I think she's got the tie on there, the little bow tie.
Oh, nice.
Not hot, Minnie.
Slow ease into gender neutrality. Is that what that is, maybe?
Like, I've never eaten M&Ms and thought, damn, I'm so turned on by the green one.
Neither have I. I don't care what the hell they're wearing. They aren't that important.
No.
They're not that important.
In the grand scheme of things, most things aren't.
I'm going to consume them. I don't care.
But a woke emoji. All right, so, and that's what it is, right? So you're going to have a pregnant man. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see, I kind of read about it. Tucker Carlson did a thing on it over the weekend where, just kind of saying, you guys out there need to be careful when you have sex, because there's a good chance that if you're not doing safe sex, you could wind up pregnant.
Of course.
Of course. And so you got the pregnant man emoji. They even kind of have the one with the kind of 5 o'clock shadow still with
nice.
Deal.
Because pregnant people have that. Yeah. Great.
I mean, your hormones go wild.
They
do.
When
you're pregnant.
That's true.
I've seen it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that you suddenly get a wiener. So I want everybody to be happy. I really wish that was, but by getting these things, they're not happy. No. This doesn't solve anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching football over the weekend, or I was at a place that had football on, and at the back of all the helmets, end racism. Does it?
No.
I mean,
and hunger, and mean things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sin. Let's put that on the helmet.
Yes. Ends all of it. I mean, I would think that at this stage in the game, with all of our woke activism, the world would be a happy place.
Yeah, we're just not satisfied.
We would be our own virtual Disney World.
Huh.
With all due respect to Disney World, I mean, it is the happiest place on earth.
And after all, it is a small world.
It is a small world. I'm just always amazed that, they have the horse carriages coming through and they're bringing the princesses. And Disney horses, they shit like all the other horses in the world. But somebody just magically appears, like one of the dwarves, and just scoops it right up, and they sweep it up, and it's like it never happened.
Yeah, right. No, that's symbolic. Yeah.
There's got something to be said about, Mark could get a job there with his perfectionism.
Oh.
Yeah, he could do it. How have you been?
I've been doing great.
Good.
I love Fort Worth and been having a good time. Love it here.
So I fell in love with you online. So that tends to be what happens.
Ditto, yeah.
Amie, what's her face? Your Instagram videos are stellar.
Oh, thank you.
All your videos, wherever they are. I found you on Instagram a long time ago. And good stuff. Where do you come up with all that stuff?
Just flipping through Twitter and getting pissed off.
My brain.
Pretty much.
I think I'm on a 2-year writer's block or creative block. I don't think I've said anything good in 2 years.
I feel the same way about myself, though.
No, yours is good. Yours is always fresh. It's always on point.
Right.
I love it.
Good. Thank you.
But I keep telling the Blaze, they just need to give you a show here. Turn you loose.
Yeah. I'd like to have a show.
Why not?
I was sitting out there and I was talking to my friend Sarah, and I've got these cookies I brought, and I'm looking, and I'm just kind of dilly. 20 minutes probably went by before I realized Glenn Beck had been sitting there the entire time,
Really?
doing a show, just talking. I
Oh, was
noticed
he
the
in his
profile.
studio?
I could see the hair, the glasses. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sarah, that's Glenn Beck. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, sometimes we let him in the building.
So you know what I did? I opened up the box of cookies and I positioned it so he could maybe see them,
Yeah.
because I thought that might lure him out.
Yeah. The thing about Glenn is he doesn't eat the same cookies we eat. They're a little bit more from a rarefied flour. You know, it's just very
fair trade, organic, and everything. Yeah.
Very expensive.
Okay.
One would assume.
I cannot live up to that.
No, most people can't live up to Glenn's standards.
No.
Stu's been trying for years. It doesn't happen. But I'm still fascinated. Like, what's going to be next? I'm often sitting there thinking, what's going to be next? Because, you know, they had the Santa Claus. Back at Christmas, we talked about the Santa Claus who was that Norway or Denmark, wherever? They had the gay Santa Claus. Did you see that commercial?
About this. No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So this guy, he caught Santa Claus coming to his house one night, and they shared an eye-staring moment. Mm-hmm. And then, poof, Santa Claus was gone.
Oh, my.
Well, every year, Santa Claus came back and stayed a little longer and shared a little bit more sentimentality.
He did.
You know, yeah, enjoyed the cookie, if you will. And then finally, he writes, this is for the Postal Service in Norway. He writes a letter to Santa, and Santa shows up and he says, I've given my responsibilities to others this year. I want to spend more time. So he spends the night, and they share a kiss. And this was,
Right.
So it's all about writing letters and what you get. So they made Santa gay. And they also made him made him skinny.
Great.
But they also made him where he cheats on his wife.
Right, I didn't even
So
think
there's
about that.
that.
What about Mrs. Claus?
Yeah. But see, she's up there in her pantsuit, you know,
Yes.
just waiting on Nick to come back. You know, Nick the what?
Because when everybody thinks about Santa Claus and Christmas and gifts, you want to think about gay sex.
I want to think about Santa and sodomy.
Yes, me too.
That's where my brain goes.
Me too.
Immediately.
Me too. That's what we all
what's he
want.
doing with the candy cane?
Yeah, I mean, the next step up from that is just...
So to our point here, Chris, I mean, this hyper-sexualization of everything. Everything! We talked yesterday on the show about this the soccer
and
fundraiser
I was just
in
going to
California.
ask you that. Are we there? Because yesterday we talked about the soccer fundraising with adult
with
sex
True
toys.
Romance, the adult toys.
Oh my. It's
And
soccer,
then now
though.
we have all these changing. So, like, what's the end game?
We've all got to get pregnant.
Oh,
So
okay.
No, here's the thing. So here's the end game. I hate giving credit to Beck, but I got to give credit to him because his book, The Great Reset, he talks all about this. But the ESG score, which is what we were talking about with Disney. So Disney, everybody wants a better ESG score. So if I remember it right, E stands for the environment, S stands for social or social justice, and G is like global whatever, awareness. So if you have a business that pollutes the planet, well, that brings your E score down. If you don't have enough trans people working for you, that brings your S score down, right? Mm-hmm. So all of this, the wokeism, it's how woke can you be? So they're going to start judging businesses and people and your ability to do business on your ESG score.
Yeah.
How woke are you?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they're going to measure this thing. And so if you want, revolving line of credit to be able to do your payroll or whatever, we've discovered that you just got too many weird, bad ideas. I'm screwed.
Oh, I'm screwed too.
Yeah, we're hammered. We're done. We're going to go hide in the woods somewhere.
And we've talked about this for a while now because the China's had the social credit score thing going for quite some time, and that it was going to eventually get here. And that's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
I'm going to go to a break, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to talk about some of these things that are happening, and I want your response, Amie.
Okay.
While we're at break, you can go follow her on Instagram at Amie What's Her Face. You can also do it on Twitter. I've been working too hard and not working out enough, especially when Amie brings me cookies. I'm just getting fat. I want to get in shape this year. I do not have time to go to the gym. I just don't. So I've fallen in love with the folks over at Echelon Fitness. They're going to bring the gym to my home, and that's exactly what's happened. Everybody, we had those New Year's resolutions. Now we're into February. Why don't you just have world-class instructors right there choreographing classes with music from your favorite artists, with a community of hundreds of thousands of people who can give you that extra push. That's what Echelon Fitness is going to give you. Echelon Fitness is the affordable way to get the workout equipment, the workout community, and the instructor's motivation right in the comfort, privacy of your own home. You can work out anytime, day or night. You can crush your fitness goals. Just pick your class, climb the leaderboard, cheer each other on, and give it your all. Echelon Fitness's world-class fitness instructors are supportive, engaging, and fun, and they really know how to get you moving. And right now, for a limited time, podcast listeners are going to get $650 off MSRP. And to get this exclusive podcast discount, text CHAD, I spell it Chad, to 818181. You got to do that 3 times. 818181. Text Chad and get up to $650 off MSRP. Text Chad to 818181. Message and data rates may apply. Terms available at echelonfit.com/SMS. Membership sold separately. Be right back. All right, so E is environment, S is social justice, G is governance. All right, governance, like your corporate governance, your corporate behavior and stuff. So like Matt Lauer would probably have a hard time, trapping the girls. Yeah, social, which would be human capital, your product liability. Here's the thing, Chris. So you were talking about investing in like pieces of art, right? We've got one of our sponsors here where you could do that.
Yeah.
And you don't own the whole painting. But what if they start, let's say you are the CEO of a publicly traded company, and they're going to start looking at who invests in your company. And that person doesn't have the same values. Now that's going to bring your stock down. Just speculating on how this can go. Because again, you don't have to do it, Amie, for it to be your fault.
Right.
These days, right?
No.
You could just be guilty by association.
By association, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this whole woke nonsense?
Oh,
I mean, it is nonsense.
it's just commie bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just commie bullshit.
It really is.
They want to bring the greatest nation that's ever existed to her knees, and they are doing it.
Someone walked up to me at an event Sunday, and she said, "Okay, so you're running for office." She goes, "What do you believe in?" And I said, "Well, I believe in small government. I believe in getting the government out of your life and self-governance, being able to take care of your own stuff." And she goes, "But are you, like, how conservative are you?" And I said, "Pretty conservative." And she goes, I said, "Does that bother you?" And she goes, "Well, some of it gets kind of weird." I said, "Is it weird, or is it what you're being told about it?"
Right.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because I don't know a single legitimate conservative that's not ultimately socially liberal.
Yeah.
We don't care how you live your life.
Exactly.
I don't care if you identify as a pregnant man. I don't
either. I don't care if you're mentally ill. That's not my problem.
Now, if you come at me with your gender and pronoun confusion, I'm going to say, okay, so you're schizophrenic. I got it.
Exactly.
And I'm going to move on with my own psychosis.
Yes,
and
me too.
We've talked at length as friends about our own craziness.
Yes.
Our own mental illnesses. So, I don't expect me to come cram my OCD down your throat. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't walk into your house and be like, "I'm offended because that picture is crooked."
Mm-hmm. But I am.
I will try to straighten it at some point in time while you're not looking.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to penalize you.
Right.
Because of my mental illness. That's the opposite thing on that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want to force us, and we don't give a shit.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We really don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody that does care. Mm-hmm. Now, on the other side, the more narrow-minded, and people can send me messages. Send me the messages and correct me if I'm wrong. But the more narrow-minded people are the ones on the left, the progressive wackadoodles.
Absolutely.
That, my black conservative friends, they get the most racist messages.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the one who's consistently, the trolls have come out at me and try to expose me, whatever, some stupid thing.
Yeah.
I have a guy, I've got a dude who's, we every now and then when something happens, we try to raise money for people, right? And so like when the tornadoes hit Kentucky, we raised money. We sent the money. I'm not a nonprofit organization. So I raised the money. I actually have to pay taxes on that money.
Right.
All right. I should probably start a nonprofit, but I don't need anything else to do right now. But so we raised the money. We sent the money. But then you have people saying, prove it. Prove that you sent it. Well, no. Kiss my ass. I mean, I worked to make the money. If I stuck it all in my pocket and sent $5, that's my business, right? But what we do, so people try to come on there and they're like, oh, so he's a charlatan. He just profits off of other people's tragedy. And it's like, you've never lifted a finger to help anybody.
Yeah.
Last week we raised money for single moms. People were coming at me going,
That's
why
awesome.
just single moms? What about single dads? And I was like, because we're not doing single dads today.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
single dads day.
Right.
You
So
know?
shut the hell up. Exactly. Why do I owe you an explanation?
But people were like totally just like,
Yeah.
So I know my ESG score is going to suck.
It is.
It's going to suck.
It is.
But I bought a brand new badass shotgun this weekend, and I have so many guns. And I don't know why that brought it, but other than just to say I'll never be broke because I have so many bullets.
Ah.
As long as you got bullets, you can trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You got some value.
I want to see this.
But
I want to see it.
But it's woke BS. And it's just, they just trying to see what all they can come up with.
Oh, yeah.
This is schizophrenic confusion on parade, trying to normalize the insanity. And I'm not bowing to it. You're not bowing
I'm not bound
to
to it. Hell no, I'm not bound to it.
Did you ever get like shut down and stuff or on Instagram or anything with your videos? Do you ever get
I mean,
like
this
the
is
Facebook
embarrassing.
jail or whatever the equivalents are?
I had a TikTok that they deleted. That who cares, But I had kind of a large following on there. Twitter did suspend me twice. I can't remember why the first time, but the second time was total bullshit. So what happened was David freaking Hogg, Harvard's dark stain, as I like to call him, tweeted something about it was an MLK quote, right?
Yeah.
And so he was kind of trying to use that to call us all racist or something. And anyway, I go, ooh, I know about Malcolm X, about the football, the American black man, will say, being a football for the liberal, right?
Right.
Okay, so I quoted that. It used the word, can I say what word it used?
Sure.
Negro, right?
Okay. Yeah, you can say that.
David Hogg's tweet also used the word Negro. But I was canceled for 6 days because of
Really?
my tweet, which contained the same word.
Well, how do they get around the NAACP?
I don't know.
That's colored people.
Yeah.
How do they get around the Negro College Fund?
Yeah, good point.
I mean, what about the Negro leagues in baseball? I mean, are you just going to erase history?
Right, exactly. Yeah, good point.
I can remember, not a direct quote, exact quote, but I can quote enough of it when Malcolm X basically told the president of the United States, Malcolm X, it was Martin Luther King Jr. who said, you better deal with me in my form of protest because there's a Negro out there you don't want to deal with. Talking about Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And, I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
You remember when Barack Obama was running for president?
Hussein.
And Jesse Jackson said, "Go cut this Negro's balls off." Remember that?
I don't.
Yeah, it was
I
a hot
don't.
mic moment. They were sitting there talking about,
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
and I was like, "Well, first of all, I don't know if Barack Obama has any balls,
Yeah. Yes.
and the most balls in his life are in his mouth."
I don't think he's wearing. He's the one with the.
So again, I belabor this point because that's another example of the woke mob that's saying, you're just going to erase everything,
Right.
And again, free speech, folks, free speech.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
that's what's going on with in Canada. That's what's going, that fringe minority that's up
yes.
there that's driving those trucks across the country.
And are we still hiding him out here while he's
Trudeau,
sick?
yeah, I'd like to shove something up his
That
nose
he's
and
real
see if it
sick.
comes back
He'd like
positive.
it. He'd like.
Probably would. But that he's a faker. He's faking.
He is.
He's a faker.
Pee Wee Herman. He looks like Pee Wee Herman. In fact, when he met with Trump, and he was in the chair next to him, and he looked this big. I tweeted a picture with him next to a picture of Pee Wee, and he looks like Pee Wee Herman. I know everybody's saying Castro. That's too. No, Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, I have seen the comparison to a young Castro.
Yeah.
I have seen that. And then when there was a speculation that maybe Fidel Castro may be his biological father. There was that speculation. I tend to not chase those conspiracies too deep, right?
Yeah, no. I
mean, like, I'm still back to Obama. I'm still trying to figure out why there's no pictures of Michelle Obama pregnant.
That is
right?
Curious.
There should be a Michelle Obama pregnant emoji.
Yeah, they need. I mean, wouldn't you want to prove?
Yes.
You know,
she's
not a man. Look, she was with child.
Yeah. If we have man emojis, pregnant man emojis, where's the Michelle pregnant?
Good point.
Yes.
Good point.
All right.
Maybe they were thinking of her when they made those emojis. I mean,
I want to know where Sasha and Malia came from.
I do too. I really do.
Because I just don't think Barack goes that route.
Yeah, I don't either.
Just don't think so. Anyway, and this was the episode we got deplatformed. Come on, baby. Hey, talking about getting canceled, you better be making some investments out there. And here's one I like. Ronald Reagan saw it 40 years ago, massive inflation. We haven't seen that kind of inflation, till today. In his own words, inflation is as violent as a mugger, as frightening as an armed robber, and as deadly as a hitman. Right now, your retirement accounts are under attack thanks to the inflationary policies of this administration. If you have not yet called Birch Gold, the best people to trust to help you diversify your 401ks and your IRAs into gold, then you're missing the boat. Actually, you're treading water without a life vest. Birch Gold has your life vest. Let them help you convert an IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Thousands of satisfied customers with an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can trust Birch Gold to protect your savings. Text CHAD, I spell it Chad, to 989898. Do it right now to get a no-cost, no-obligation info kit. This comprehensive 20-page guide reveals how gold and silver can protect your savings and how you can buy them under the umbrella of a tax-sheltered account. So do it right now. Text the word Chad to 989898. That's Chad. That's me, by the way, to 989898, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Hey, every once in a while, you run across a story that's so crazy it makes you think you picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue. Now, actor and veteran leftist Sean Penn recently stated in an interview that American men have become feminized and cowardly. He said, "I have these very strong women in my life who do not take masculinity as a sign of oppression toward them. There are a lot of, I think, cowardly genes that lead to people surrendering their genes and putting on a skirt." Yeah. That slack-jawed expression you're no doubt pointing in my direction right now is the correct response. I read that and thought, did Sean Penn have a stroke? Did aliens kidnap him overnight after a long butt diddling and swap out his brain with a functional one? Did he possibly wake up to the fact that the cultural milieu in which he was smugly bathed for decades upon decades at this point is full of double-thinking hypocrites who funnel literally all matter and energy into the universe, into the beaker of potential power? Who'd have thought it possible? I mean, I'm astounded at this point. This is the guy who hangs out with the, stellar blights on the world stage, such as Hugo Chavez and El Chapo. I mean, we didn't magically acquire our Hollywood Rolodex another Sean Penn, right? My initial reaction to this is to say, welcome to the club, Sean Penn. While I don't for a moment believe you've likely changed your mind on the moral efficacy of Marxism, I appreciate that at least on one subject, your eyes seem to be open to something which your peers simply cannot see through the politically correct blinders they most purposefully wear at all times. So good on you for pointing out that men should be men, that masculinity is not a toxin, and indeed is important to the maintenance of a functional society. You've now done one good deed in the field of rhetoric. Go forth and do more, my friend. Now, let's the rest of us have a little chat since Mr. Penn has left the room and is hopefully out of earshot. Now, in conservative land, we have an unfortunate habit that really needs to be nipped in the bud because Hollywood and the media elite at large castigate us and consign our souls to flames of every woe at every opportunity they get. We have a nasty tendency to take any leftist who says something we agree with and immediately put him up on a pedestal. We want to shout, he's one of us now. But hold your horses. Just because Mr. Fast Times at Ridgemont High said a thing you like and agree with doesn't mean that he's shaken the fetters of wokeness entirely from his frame and emerged like a butterfly from a cocoon. It'd be great if he did, but I retain a healthy amount of skepticism in the face of one stated opinion, and you should too, okay? Sean Penn has done a lot over the years to earn his reputation as a devout follower of leftist ideology. He's openly supported people in positions that could and should make your brain bleed. Hell, the movie that made him famous in the first place was an out-and-out glorification of the notion that abortion is a healthy and freeing thing. So let's not erect a golden calf in it with his face on it to honor him just yet. That being said, if he really is rethinking some of the terrible things he stood for all of his life, good on him. Trust but verify, folks. Even I Am Sam could get it right once in a while, and he got a ways to go before we teach him the conservative secret handshake. Now, for those of you who are going out, but we don't trust Sean Penn. Yeah, but y'all are all about Joe Rogan right now, and that son of a bitch endorsed Bernie Sanders. So let's just ease up, folks. Let's just ease up on who we start giving the little giving the the right wing badge of honor to. Oh my God! But good on him. I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
Amie, I'm assuming we're good enough friends, and I'm assuming you like men.
Yes, I do.
You like men to be men.
Yes, I do. Masculinity is good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And toxicity is not masculinity.
Well, no. I mean, what they consider to be toxic is good.
Well, in some cases, right?
Right. It's not toxic is what I'm saying. Yeah.
We did a candidate forum with the other candidates, obviously. And there was a picture of us all sitting on stage and every one of us man-spreading. Yeah. Like totally like. I
mean, you have something there.
Just dudes.
What are you going to do?
And I was yeah, let the leftist media get a hold of this. And and so a friend of mine, a contributor to the Blaze, John Doyle, I'm going to call his name, he got tricked into sort of publicly endorsing one of my opponents in the race, and I called him out on it. And so John met me a couple weeks ago with a new bottle of tequila out there as a way of saying, dude, sorry, I was kind of caught off guard with it. And so, Amie, in an homage to toxic masculinity, wow, that's full. I don't know if you want that or not.
Yeah, maybe better not take that.
That's full. That's a full skull right there. We're going to do a booster shot. That's what I'm calling them. New segment on the Chad Prather Show called Booster Shots. I wanted to get shot glasses made that said, what was it? Like the blah blah glass or something, and that like come in a pair of two, and then the booster shot. The shot glasses. But our little merch people can't make. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers.
I don't think we can reach each
other.
Probably
not now. Ready?
Here's to masculinity.
Yes.
There you go. Drink.
Nice.
In one of my monologues last week, I talked about if they ever invent a drinking game around this show, which of course, shout out to the Fact Pack. You already have a drinking game.
Yes.
Don't pay attention to my monologues that closely. Whew. That's not a bad tequila, is
That
it?
was good. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's really good. I'm not that familiar with tequila, but that's smooth and
I'm very familiar with
Are
tequila.
you? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I drink enough of that and I start speaking Spanish.
Ooh.
John
Let's keep
Doyle.
Going.
Usually it's the Chris Cruz cookie. Chris Cruz Spanglish.
Spanglish.
That's pretty warm.
It is warm. I'm warm now. I'm warm now.
Yeah. Look, I give it to him. Dude did what he did, said what he said. Good for him. I found myself more and more agreeing with people like Bill Maher. And you know what I'm saying, who are just kind of just sick of the woke bullshit.
And as far as Bill Maher's concerned, for me, it's more of the disgusting things that he said about Christianity. But
right.
I mean, everything else, most other things, he's right on.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he has said some things about Christianity, but he's also said some things about Islam, and so he's been an equal opportunity offender.
Religion,
in that
I guess,
regard.
as a whole, he disagrees with.
Let's do Annie's Kit Club. Speaking of that, pull that thing up there. We got Annie's Kit Club. I'm such a big fan of this. Are you familiar with them at all?
I don't think so.
Annie's Kit Club. So you got the parents out there. You want to teach them something. You want to get their face out of these screens and give them some fun stuff to do, but they can learn while they're doing it. So Annie's Kit Clubs, they make it easier for your kids to have fun and do interactive projects to keep their minds working and their hands off of devices. Their newest club, the Genius Box, is a great way to encourage their curiosity, introduce them to different STEM fields. Each month, your young scientists are going to get a new box full of at least 3 hands-on activities, explore themes like geology, chemistry, aerodynamics, a whole lot more. Perfect for all the kids ages 7 to 12. Wish my kids would have had it, but I turned them into geniuses all by myself. The top secret mission envelopes, it's in every box, going to walk your kids through some amazing projects like designing a hovercraft, examining fossils, or building robots. Your kids will have so much fun. They're not even going to know they're learning. So go to annieskitclubs.com/Chad. Save 50% off your first box. That's Annie's Kit, K-I-T, annieskitclubs.com/Chad. annieskitclubs.com/Chad. Be right back. That tequila is good.
It's really
Hey,
good.
I alluded to it. Well, thank you, John Doyle. You're forgiven. You're forgiven. He hadn't publicly endorsed me, though, bastard. Anyway, he was on Elijah's show 2 weeks ago saying that I am the most handsome host here. That is not true. Okay? Who's the most handsome host here? I think it's Stu.
I got to say Glenn Beck, don't you?
No, I don't have to say Glenn Beck.
Oh, all right.
No, I don't have to say anything about Glenn Beck. I choose to. I don't have to. The IRS, this is what I was alluding to earlier. The IRS may start requiring facial scans to access financial documents. I don't really pull up my financial documents. Once I pay the taxes, I'm kind of glad to be done with them. Yeesh. But that's one of the things they're wanting to do is, I mean, look, right now, who doesn't have your facial scan?
Everybody. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
it opens your phone up.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the IRS. I think the IRS is trash.
Yeah, it is.
And so you got the ID.me website, ID.me website. They, December 2021, they got more than 60,000 face photos were submitted in a single day.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Although it's unclear how many of these were uploaded by taxpayers. There's the tequila coming back. Yeah. There were also high numbers of complaints regarding the identity verification process. Why do we keep trusting the government?
Yeah, how many were submitted in one day?
60,000.
That's scary.
There's 60,000 morons out there.
Like, ooh, I can't wait. Yeah. Come on.
I mean,
come on. That's why we are where we are right now in this country.
Why do we trust the government so much?
I don't know.
The government doesn't love you.
No, they don't. No.
They just stop paying them and you'll find out how much the IRS hates you.
The government wants your shit. They want your shit. That's it.
We're just worker bees.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right? We're just kind of the little colonized.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. Our founding fathers are rolling over in their graves.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely they are. Oh my gosh.
I mean, just on property tax alone.
Could you imagine if they were here and they saw this?
No.
Oh.
They would kill us all. They'd hang us.
Yes, right.
They'd send us to the gallows.
Yeah.
This country was built on the principles of life, liberty, and property. Mm-hmm. And we've given all of it up. All of it up.
Yep.
In the name of what? A little bit of safety?
Right.
A little bit of convenience? Yeah, that's the future of private tax preparation services like H&R Block. They're going to need to know what you look like. You know, Amie, you and I are friends, so I can say pretty much anything in front of you. I just want to submit a dick pic, to the IRS. Be like, scan this, bitch.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Sorry.
It's just the tequila.
Just my first
talking.
bleep.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at this point. I just be like, here you go, buddy. Scan this, bruh.
Yeah, I like it.
A lot of other things I want to say there, but I won't push it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's maybe it's my hormones since I'm the pregnant man emoji.
Yeah.
Thing going
getting
on.
out of control.
I got to bring this up because I wanted to yesterday. Penzeys Spices, they sent out that email saying that all Republicans were racists. Oh. And then they lost 40,000 subscribers in a day. Yep. Yeah.
I've not heard of this.
Did you not hear that?
No.
You know Penzeys spices?
What
you heard
are
of
they?
them? So they apparently a pretty big deal. Milwaukee-based spice company.
Oh.
Now they're pleading with customers to buy gift cards because their promotion declaring that Republicans are racist. I mean, what company does that?
Well, yeah.
They use Martin Luther King Jr. Day to peddle its goods and besmirch Republicans. They had a Republicans are racist weekend sale. Let me tell you something. Everything that goes woke turns to shit. That's why y'all need to get my new shirt, Bidenflation, Get Woke, Go Broke. You can get it at chadonblaze.com. So that just shows you how stupid people are.
Well, what disturbs me is that they think they can get away with it.
Yeah, see, so you never, you get rid of that company.
Yeah,
You
right.
never
They're done.
spend another penny.
I'm
with
glad
them.
that they're begging. I like that.
Yeah.
I want them to beg after that.
But again, we're soft and we're weak and we're short-minded, right? Because now everybody's watching the football playoffs, and we were all pissed off about that back a couple years ago. And I mean, still, they're putting the end racism crap on the back of the
That's gonna do
thing because again, it's not about ending racism; it's about controlling you.
About control. Yeah.
It's about control. Let's. Oh, you know what? This is cringeworthy. Can you play the science cheer? On TikTok, have you seen this?
I don't think
Sweet
so.
Lord, play it.
I might have today. Yes.
Ready?
Ready.
Roll call. My name's Nicole, and I'm not for kids, and I help parents not with their lids. Woo! Ready?
Ready.
Roll call.
I'm Dr. Todd. I know the tricks to keeping kids from getting sick.
Woo! Oh my God, Todd! What are we gonna do? It's like people just don't believe us anymore.
I know, Nicole. You know what? These people would rather just listen to some random person or somebody on social media. I bet they couldn't even pass Mr. Jenkins' 9th grade science class.
I totally know what you're saying, Todd. But what are we gonna do?
I don't know. Maybe. Wait. What if we created the perfect cheer?
Vaccinate! 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 Vaccinate!
Who's that girl talking about vaccines?
It's me! It's me!
Who's that girl talking about vaccines?
It's me! It's me! All right!
All right.
All right! COVID! COVID, you can take a knee!
Oh, he's taking a knee.
Todd's gay.
Yeah.
And
He's well trained.
he's also the model for the pregnant man emoji.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
Dr. Todd,
that was disturbing.
Dr. Todd shows you a trick. Get on your knees and take that
Yeah.
stick
take it.
in the arm.
He takes it.
The Dr. Todd. Yeah. Oh, Dr. Todd. He'll be pregnant soon.
He will be pregnant,
He'll be
Chad.
pregnant.
He will.
Yeah.
And he'll be able to use the emoji. It'll be a beautiful thing.
Those are
She
the
better use
people-
protection.
Those are the people influence our kids.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
great. I'm happy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Hang tight. We'll be
That's why
right
I
back.
homeschooled for a long time.
We'll
So.
be right back. Go to break. Take us out of here. Oh, I just got a press release here for something going on in South Texas. You're going to have to tune in tomorrow, though, for us to talk about it. This what I just got will piss you off. It's happening right here in Texas. Amie, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
At Amie, what's her face on both Instagram and Twitter and all the places. Follow her. Enjoy. And also, chadnude.com. We're going to send that to the IRS. That's right, chadnude.com. We're getting ready. We're ramping up to have the overtime, but you're only going to be able to get it at chadnude.com. It's like my OnlyFans. And so go there, and also chadonblaze.com. Get the new shirts. And leave us a rating and review. 5 stars is all we'll take, and a good review. We deserve it. Trust me when I tell you. Watchchad.com. I'm all over the state. Big announcement tomorrow. We will talk to you then. Love you. God bless you.